Back for another broadcast. Let's make sure that everything works today. We had a little bit of technical difficulties at the top of this, and so let's make sure that things are actually working. So give me a moment here, and we're going to test all the places. This is always the fun part of doing live broadcasts because you never know when something crazy is gonna happen. All right, so let's update some links here and make sure that everything is working. If you are joining me live, let me know that you can see me, and we're gonna update all the things right now. Facebook's looking good. Sweet. Okay, thank you, Pete. That is awesome. Okay, it looks like it's working now. Oh, good. Okay, this is excellent. All right, I am going to hop on over to YouTube and make sure that that is working as well. It looks like YouTube's a little grainy, but we are indeed working over there. Oh, internet strangeness. Okay, so hopefully everything is good to go. So we're starting a little bit late today, and we're going to restart our Instagram live as well. Y'all, I am like multitasking like a crazy person over here. Okay, so here we are. The topic of the day is what good marketing really looks like. Because I know that it can be easy to feel uninspired with what you're putting out into your socials or on your website or even like with your local marketing. So we're going to be discussing how we can make good marketing a really simple task. And today we're going to be detailing 3 specific strategies and tactics that you can use in your marketing on social media, on your website. You can use it in email. You can use it with local networking. And the best part about this is that these 3 strategies that I'm going to be sharing today are things that you can use over and over and over again, and they're never going to go stale. So if you've ever run out of ideas, trying to market your studio and you've, thought, oh, I just don't know what to post. So what I'm going to do? I'm just going to post about our lesson openings. And you start getting into this habit of that's all the kind of stuff that you're posting, and all the posts that you're making have sales and offers in them. And before you know it, everybody's kind of tuned you out because it feels repetitive, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to discuss what good marketing really looks like. And I'm going to teach you 3 things that you can do to market your music studio or your music business or your online courses. And it's going to be really simple. So if you're excited to learn these 3 strategies, let me know down below. I want to take a moment to say hello to everybody on Instagram. If you're watching on Instagram, I do have fancy stuff that I'm bringing across the screen. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, head on over to YouTube or on Facebook and look up Savvy Music Studio. You'll find the stream there. All right. For those who were so patient in getting these links, I'm going to do a little update real quick behind the scenes because I know people may be clicking links in email or in our messages that went out, and I need to update the links behind the scenes. So give me a second here. Hey there, Vocally Yours. She says, I'm excited. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, wow, we've got like all kinds of, there must be some internet issues going on behind the scenes here today. I'm wondering if there's something happening with our internet because it's a little bit weird. So let's see if we can get things moving along. Okay, so it looks like this is good. All right, we're going to update this link over here, and we should be good to go. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I really appreciate it. This is all the fun behind the scenes stuff that you don't always get to see, right? Okay, so let's make sure that looks like we are good. Okay, so we're going to update that link and we're good to go. All right, let's have fun. Okay, so it looks like we are good to go. All right, fabulous. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I hope that the lazy Bjorn has kept you entertained in the meantime. You can see this dude is like totally napping out. I know the Instagram people can't see my cute cat, so that's another reason to join us over on Facebook or YouTube. Okay, so if you are here live and you can hear me and everything is good, let me know down below and we will get started. For some reason, I'm not able to see any of the comments right now. Give me a moment, y'all. Comments and reactions. Why is this getting hidden? Oh, I had everything all planned today and everything was all going good. All right. There's our comments and reactions. Okay, jiggle the cable, right? Oh my goodness, right? Okay, thank you, Pete. All right, let's do this, you all. We're going to be going through these 3 strategies in just a moment. Quick housekeeping. Here's what I want you to know. If I have several resources for you all today, and if you want to get a hold of those resources, if you are on Facebook, you're going to drop the word marketing, not tips. You're going to drop the word marketing below. For those who are on Instagram, same thing. Just drop the word marketing. I'm going to have several links to share with you guys with some other reading opportunities about how to create a client-centric marketing plan for you. So that should be good. So if you want marketings, that's so funny. Just put marketing down below, not marketings. So drop that down below and that should work for you all. We're going to get started. We're going to make sure that everything works on our end. I think we are good. All right. I see Michelle and Karen and Amy have all dropped those things, and hopefully those are going to be sent to you all. Fingers crossed. All right. So vocally yours 89. I'm going to write your name down and make sure that I reach out to you and give you that information via DM. Okay. Thanks all for bearing with me. All right. Before we get started, just because I want to, even though this has been a crazy start to this broadcast, let's take a quick break for some music and a fun intro video. Live stuff. All right, cool. Let's get started. Hey, if you are new here, first, thanks for thanks for your patience with all the fun technical difficulties. If you're new here, my name is Sara Campbell, and I am a business strategist, marketing, and mindset coach for music studio owners and online education experts just like yourself. And I go live here every Wednesday where we talk about all of those topics so that you can really embrace who you are as an amazing teacher and show up as your authentic self so that you can find the people that you want to work with. And that's really what we're diving into today with this topic about good marketing. So let's get started. Amy says it looks like the links were delivered. Hey, Amy, thank you so much for letting me know that. All right, so let's get into the topic of the day. Okay, so here's the issue. My goodness. That is the issue from last week. Let me just talk about the issue. The issue here is that marketing can go stale when we don't have good strategies in place that allow us to really show up and talk about what we do. And I think a lot of teachers fall into this idea of marketing being advertising. And so the types of posts that we make have a tendency to be more about like, join our summer camp, or I have an open spot on Tuesdays, who wants it, or here's more about our program. And I have to say, like, that is actually a really good thing. Like, we should be making offers and we should be inviting people into our space so that they can make the choice to solve the musical problems that they might have or to start their musical journey. It's important to make offers. However, if our marketing is nothing but offers, people will quickly tune you out. And so I have 3 different marketing strategies that you can apply to your music studio, or if you are an online course creator and you've created a music course, whether it's for teachers or for students, you can apply the same concepts to your marketing for that as well. So I would love to know from people who are here right now, okay, if you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay, of course, I would love for you to share below what are some of the things that you are trying to market right now. Get specific, like say, okay, I've got X spots that I'd like to fill. I'm hoping to start a group program. I'm launching a music course. Let us know what it is that you're offering. And we're going to work some of that into our conversation during this broadcast so I can give you specific examples about what these strategies will look like. Okay, so let's get to strategy number 1. After I get a little sip here. Okay, strategy number 1 is this. And this is my favorite. Good marketing is all about storytelling. So the first thing that you can do is start to develop marketing content around telling stories about your music studio, telling stories about what is currently happening, telling stories about things that have happened in the past. Hello, hashtag Throwback Thursdays, right? Where did that come from? Telling stories about what's going to happen in the future. Or here's another fun way to tell stories. You can tell stories about how you came to become a music teacher. Storytelling is one of the most powerful ways to market your business because it gives us the opportunity to connect with people through the art of storytelling. Now, this does not have to be something that's overly complicated. And I'm actually going to show you some examples of what this might look like today in a moment. Let me queue up the right links so that I can do that. But before we do that, I'm going to look at what some of the people are saying here in the discussion. Let's look at some examples of what people are trying to offer right now. And then we're going to talk about how we can use those to tell stories. Okay, so Deb says that she is looking to market her summer offerings. Awesome. Deb, tell us more about your summer offerings. What kind of things are you doing? Amy is looking to market piano lessons for her new teacher. Congratulations on the new teacher, Amy. That's really exciting. And she wants to keep her music garden going over the summer. Michelle says that she has a summer program for the vision loss community. Oh, Michelle, what an important thing. That is amazing. I love it. Okay, let's see. Okay, Susan says that she is marketing Suzuki and a baby class live over Zoom, 8 private violin lesson spots. Oh, and I see some comments here about some glitching things still going on. I apologize, y'all. There must be something happening on our internets, country life. So if you can see and hear me, let me know. Hopefully we'll just keep continuing having this conversation, or if really necessary, I'll come back and reschedule this another time. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Coming back. Okay, so telling stories about your music studio. Let's use some examples here. So Deb Flowers on YouTube had mentioned that she has summer offerings. There's a couple other people that also mentioned summer offerings as well. So if you are looking to market your summer offerings, here are some things that I would suggest trying out. And I'm going to show you some examples of it today. One of the things that you can do is look back through your phone or your camera or whatever you're using and look for pictures of summer offerings that you've done in the past. And rather than just making a post that is about the current summer offering that you're doing, like an example would be like a Canva graphic that says like enroll today or has information about the dates. What you can do is tell stories about what has happened in previous summer camps. So you can pick one of those photos. You can tell people what was happening in this moment that you've captured. And at the end of the story, you can invite people to learn more about the summer offerings that are coming up now. So it's a great way to give people this idea, a very clear picture about what happens in your studio. It's totally different than just posting a link that has information about an offer. Does that make sense? So I see, okay, Deb further defined she has ukulele lessons, beginning piano composition, and chord playing for a band. Very cool. I love that. So let's look at a specific example of storytelling. And I'm going to be celebrating one of my current clients here today because I realized, hey, I've got to live my message here because one of the things that we're going to be talking about in item number 2 is to shout out your current clients. So I'm shouting out one of my current clients, Rebecca. She is the owner of the Music Makers, and she has been doing some amazing things. Her and her team have really stepped up their marketing efforts. And so let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. And let's see, you should be able to see this screen now. Okay, so this is Rebecca's studio, the Music Makers studio. You can follow them on Instagram if you want to get like specific ideas about how she's putting these things into practice. So we can see on her grid, yes, of course, she actually does have some offers. Right here, she has a video that's about the Broadway camp. But what's cooler about this, like that is one style of marketing for this. What's really cool is that if we look back through her feed, we have a lot of examples of storytelling. So in this, right, we have a video that has a short snippet from the Broadway beginner camp that happened last year. I'm not going to play the audio here since I'm talking over it, but it's a wonderful idea, like that gives us this like super clear snapshot of here's what it looked like last year. And here's another example of storytelling. Okay, so here we have, all right, we have a beautiful photo that was taken of Rebecca with one of her students who was just in a production recently. And we have this really great description. It says, there's no moment more beautiful than a teacher to see her students shine on stage in their dream roles. These two students gave so much of themselves to the show, and their heart and dedication and talent is so admirable. So, right, we have this idea, okay, if I join, like, so here's what this is telling. Let me stop our screen share for just a moment. We'll come back here. Okay, here's what this type of marketing communicates, right? It's not just join our studio or sign up for our summer camps. It's here is what happens when you do those things, right? Here is how happy your child will be when they're involved in our Broadway bound camp. You can see the smiling faces. You can see the kids having so much fun. And in that other example, here's the kind of support you're going to get from our studio when your child really dedicates themselves to lessons and they dedicate themselves to their craft. We're going to show up and watch you perform, right? This is a huge thing. Like the storytelling, it's telling way more than just join our studio. So that's item number one, is to tell stories about your music studio. And for those who have online courses, I should mention, hey, telling stories, okay, can look like talking about, the successes that have happened inside of the course, or talking about the really great discussions that people have had inside of your course or your membership or whatever that you have if you're in the online realm. There's all kinds of different ways to do that. And if you want to have really specific examples of it, head on over to my newsfeed on Facebook or on Instagram and take a look at some of the posts that I've made there where I am talking about things that are happening behind the scenes in Savvy Music Studio, and you'll get some clearer examples. I love this. Rebecca, hello. She says she has summer packages we're marketing, and I have an adult group class that she wants to launch. I love it. That would be amazing. Rebecca, your TikTok game, by the way, I keep seeing you pop up on my TikTok feed, and it's awesome. I'm really loving what you're doing over there. And look at this. Look at this fluff. I think he's literally face planted. Oh no, you just can't see. His eyes are closed. So Bjorn, open your eyes. No, that ain't happening. Everybody say hi to Bjorn. Okay, let's move on to tip number 2. So tip number 2 is to celebrate your current clients. So I am actually living the example of that right now. In the screen share that I just did, I am celebrating what Rebecca and her team at the Music Makers Studio have been doing with their social media, because they have actually seen a clear uptick in their insights with the number of people who are engaging with their accounts and through how people are finding them and inquiring about lessons. Okay, so let me get this screen share again. There we go. So let's come back here and talk more about how, what does it look like to celebrate your current clients? This is a great example, the student spotlight here, where we have beautiful pictures of the students there. They're being shouted out by name, and they're telling people about why they're celebrating them, right? We said congratulations to Sydney, Courtney, and Katie on being cast in Young Company at a PSF this summer. And then we have some great hashtags. So there's a clear example of like doing a student spotlight. That can be a really great way to celebrate your students. Here's another fun way to celebrate students who have maybe graduated from your programs. We have Miss Madison graduated from Temple yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not a student. This is part of their team. So celebrating, if you are a multi-teacher studio, if you have teachers who are doing big things, celebrating their big accomplishments. And you can see we have another thing for like Miss Madison here because she's amazing. And you'll see if we continue going down here, they have a lot of fun. Here we go. They had an intern takeover on their Instagram account, again, like celebrating the clients that they have and the interns that they have. Here's another student spotlight. They had kids that were all cast in Little Shop of Horrors. And there are some other examples of, let me see if I can find one here. There we go. Here's a really cool example of a student spotlight that was created into a carousel. So they feature a student every month, and inside of that, they interview the students and they give really cool they have really cool questions and really cool answers. And it's just a beautiful way to really highlight how the students who are a part of your studio are successful and happy. So that's item number 2. Let's come on back here. Come on back. There we go. So celebrating your current clients. I would love to know from those who are listening, how are you celebrating your current clients in your marketing? What does that look like? I want to give another example of celebrating clients that can be used in more of a local networking kind of way. Because I know that I talk a lot about doing marketing on social media and websites, but truly a good portion of your marketing comes from local networking and referrals. So one way that I encourage people to market and celebrate their current clients is to look for opportunities where you can purchase advertisements in a musical program or in a band program or in a graduation program, whatever type of programs the local schools are putting out. They're often looking for sponsors, and you can sponsor them and purchase an advertisement in one of those programs. Now, what you can do with this advertisement is really cool. If you have students who attend that school and they're in a musical, they're in a band program, they're in something where, they're being featured. So instead of creating an ad that just talks about your studio, ditch that and celebrate your clients in that ad space. And you can have information, like you can have your logo, you can have your website and all that stuff, but make it about the kids that are in that production. That type of marketing is going to resonate so much more than having a one page that just talks about the offerings in your studio. Yes, I love that. See, Rebecca's like, anytime someone is cast or performs in a show, she's doing student spotlights and teacher spotlights. Perfect. So, all right, let's keep going on. Let's move to item number 3 today. Okay, so we've talked about telling stories. We've talked about creating client shout outs and celebrating your clients. Number 3 is to focus on marketing that allows you to create real connections. So what does that look like? Okay. One of the things that you can do, and we're gonna get like a little bit Instagram specific here today, because I feel as though the trend that I'm seeing now is that more and more music studios are actually getting more traction on Instagram than they are on Facebook, which is interesting to me because it used to be the opposite. But since algorithms have changed a little bit and the types of content has changed, and Instagram and TikTok have more video-centric content now, what I'm seeing with all of the clients that I'm working with is that their Instagram and TikTok accounts are actually getting more traction than Facebook. Don't tell the book of face. Okay, so what does it look like to create real connections? When you have people that are engaging with your content, right? Take that extra moment to reach out. And it doesn't have to be this like super sleazy slide into their DMs and like instantly make them an offer. No, it can be as simple as thanking somebody for their comment. If they've left a nice comment, reaching out to them via DM to say, thank you so much for your kind words that you left on our post. We really appreciate you. And there doesn't have to be an offer there. creating real connections, being thankful, being grateful, and just opening up that door for conversation in the future. When we do that, we allow people to see that we're real human beings and not just a business, right? If we're going the opposite direction and constantly sliding into DMs trying to make offers all the times, people tend to tune us out. And if there's anybody who's watching right now who tends to get DMs from people like trying to offer you to join programs and it feels weird, let me know. I know I'm not the only one, because I get about one or two every week of people who I don't know, haven't been connected with, and they're trying to connect with me. That's not a real connection. That's cold calling. That's not what we're talking about here. Focus on marketing that allows you to open up conversations with people so you can actually create a real connection, right? Hey, how are you doing? Or, hey, I noticed that you commented on this post and you mentioned that you thought it was so cool that this student was able to play this piece. Are you playing piano right now? Just have a conversation with people. It doesn't have to lead into a sale. Again, it's about creating real connections, because when people see that you are a real human being and you're interested in what they are doing in the world, they are going to be so much happier to have a convo with you. All right. I see Karen says she has a great idea. She wants to congratulate one of her students in a program. That's perfect. I love it, Karen. I can't wait to see you do that. That's fantastic. Okay, so before we wrap up today, I want to mention that we have some really cool, I have some really, really cool things to give you all. So we're going to do a rapid recap in just a moment, but let me talk about the two things that you can get a hold of today. One, I wrote a big article for MTNA, and it was recently featured in their new business digest. So if you're a member of MTNA, you probably received this via email. You might not have known that it was by me. There's an article in there called 3 Steps to Creating a Client-Centric Social Media Marketing Plan. And in it, I get pretty detailed about some of the things that we've talked about today, but also taking it a step further into how you can create a unique marketing plan. So if you want to get a hold of that, I'll give you an example of what this looks like here. Here's the article from MTNA. If you want to get a hold of that link, if you just drop the word marketing down below, I will make sure to reach out to you via DM and get you that link, because you've asked and we're having a conversation, right? So put the word marketing down below to get a hold of that. That's the first thing that I have for you today. The second thing, if you're interested in learning more about like the different platforms that you can use, I recently launched a field guide. This is an ebook. It's about 38 pages long, and it details all the different types of platforms that are out there that you can use in order to market your studio, and how you can use those platforms, what types of content those platforms are looking for. And there's also a detailed way that you can develop your own social media marketing plan. I guide you through some workbook pages that I've created so that you can develop goals and strategies and tactics. So if you're interested in getting a hold of those two things, if you drop the word marketing down below, I will make sure to reach out to you. The Savvy Sarah bot will reach out to you via DM. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, I'm going to drop a link into the live chat. So here's where you can get the goodies. Or if you're watching on YouTube later on, you can look down below in the description, and that's where you're going to be able to get a hold of that. Okay, so let's wrap this up. We're going to do a very fast, rapid recap here. All right, here we go. You ready? A little clap for myself so I can find that audio spike later. All right. What good marketing looks like. Ooh, this is a good topic. So what we're discussing here is we're looking at ways to market your studio that will actually resonate with people and won't have them tuning out because all the things that you might be posting are just join our studio, join our summer camp. That's not the best way to market. So what we're going to do is we're going to really flip the script, and we're going to look at 3 strategies that you can use to market your studio on social media, on websites, on email, and in local marketing networking opportunities. So let's look at item number 1. The first way to market yourself effectively is to tell stories about your music business. Whether you have a studio or you have online courses, tell stories about what is happening inside of your business. It could be stories about a client's success. It could be stories about how you created this particular offer. It could be stories about what's happening behind the scenes, what you're working on that week. Tell stories. Storytelling is one of the most effective types of marketing, and it really gives people a clear idea about what it looks like to be a part of your world. The second thing that you can do is to remember to celebrate your current clients. I know that we look at marketing as a way to attract new clients, but one of the best ways that we can do that is by celebrating our current clients or alumni clients if they're doing something cool years after the fact. So, ways that you can do this would be to create student spotlights, to celebrate clients who are in performances, or to celebrate clients who have finished certifications or finished courses, and talk about the achievements that they've worked so hard at. So celebrate on your current clients. Make sure that they are feeling the love. That is a perfect way to put social proof out into the universe, and that's what good marketing looks like. Item number 3 is to create real connections. Not to just slide into DMs and make offers to people whenever you see somebody that needs something, but to create real and honest connections with people that don't always have to result in making an offer. The more that people get to understand that you are a real human being and not just a business owner trying to make sales, the more comfortable they are going to be in coming to you to find solutions. So, creating real connections, engaging with people in conversation, in comments, in DMs, and allowing them to understand that you're not just a business owner, you're a human being, right? Create those real connections and see what happens. You're going to start building that know, like, trust factor a lot faster than if you were just creating and offering sales. All right. I hope you found these useful. If you would like to get more details about these things that I have talked about in this video, I want you to check out the 3 steps to building a client-centric marketing, social media marketing plan. It's an article that I wrote for MTNA. If you'd like to get a hold of that, you're going to drop the word marketing down below, and I will reach out to you, and I will make sure that you can get that link. Another thing that you can that I can send you is information about the Get Found Online social media and search engine field guide. It's another resources that I have created for music studio owners and online education experts just like you, so that you can understand what platforms out there are going to be useful for your specific type of business. So if you want to get a hold of that, put the word marketing down below, and I'll make sure to reach out to you and give you all that good information. If you enjoyed today, please be sure to subscribe and give this video a little bit of love. And I will be back next week for more goodness about marketing, business, and mindset. So I hope to see you then. In the meantime, stay savvy and stay you, because you are an amazing teacher and there's no one in the world quite like you. And I think you're pretty dang awesome. We will see you next week.